Come Japan.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Why Come Japan. I'm your host, Mr. Rad Culture, Mr. Radrey, whatever it is you want to call me. I'm here today with Mr. ALT Insider Podcast James, or whatever name it is you go by on the interwebs. Or
Hey. Yeah. I am James, or you can call me ALT Insider, whatever is fine for you. But how's it going, everybody? Nice to have you here. Nice to be with here. Past guest on my show, Radrey here.
That's right. How does it feel to be inside?
Well, the first time, it doesn't last long, the feeling.
It doesn't? Okay.
But over the years, you get used to it, and it kind of extends a little bit longer and longer. Still not that long, but it's a very satisfying feeling for sure.
I mean, so I got to ask, what really got you into podcasting at first?
Really? Well, I started ALT Insider, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago now. And I was like, well, how can I grow the site quicker? And then everything online was like, start a podcast. So I was like, okay, I'll start a podcast then. And that was pretty much it. And then it kind of grew into that's the main thing I do now is just podcasting. I used to write articles a lot more. Then podcasting turned out to be pretty cool and people started listening. And then there you go. It turned out to be really fun too. It's definitely a lot of work if you want to do it seriously, but it's also a lot of fun too.
Right.
I mean, the best part is it gets to talk to people you don't like. I can't just say, Tokyo Sam, I see you in the chat there. I can't say, hey, Tokyo Sam, let's talk on Skype right now. You can't really do that. I mean, you probably can, but he would probably ignore you. But if you have a podcast, you can say, hey, let's talk about, whatever. And it's really a natural way to ask you to talk to people that you wouldn't get a chance otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, that's the best part of it, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, when did you first start podcasting? Did you do it like before podcasting? Like, when was the first time it came out?
Wait, this is when the iPhone started around.
Was it when the iPhone came out?
Around there, right? 2000. We're talking more than 10 years ago, for sure.
I'm sure Google can answer this question.
That's Google Sensei for sure.
Yeah, they should know. When was podcasting a thing? Oh, invented. That's probably a better question. Who made the first podcast? 2009. Volo Media. So wait a minute. The first iPhone came out in 2008. Is that right? Or was it 2009?
If I know.
Talk about iPhones on Why Come Japan, the brand. So exciting. I don't know. I mean, because this whole podcasting thing feels so novel. When did you start? What year? 2014, 2015?
Yeah, 14 or so, around there, yeah. And then it was already kind of a big thing then. And people say it's getting bigger and bigger, but I think it's kind of, for me, it seems like it's staying the same, but in terms of people that do it and listen to it. But it's like you're a podcast person or you're not, like I think most people still are not, but there's still a lot of people that listen.
Right. That's true. When did it really catch on, this whole podcasting thing?
I don't know. This is the podcasting episode. I don't know.
Podcastception.
The thing is, it's so easy to do, right? And that's what is good and bad thing, because there's a lot of crap, but there's a lot of good stuff, good ones too, so.
Yeah, indeed.
Any topic in the world, you can find a podcast about it.
Like, do you ever have problems asking questions to some of your guests or whatever?
No, I don't know. I can not really. I mean, sometimes I ask stupid questions and stuff, but I never have a problem. No one ever. The only time I get problems was when I ask employers about questions they don't want to ask, shit you see on Glassdoor and stuff. If I ask too much about that stuff, they obviously don't like it and don't answer. But I ask the hiring managers and stuff well, what do you do with blah, blah, blah. I can't think of it now, but stuff like that. And sometimes they don't want to answer, which is understandable, right? You don't want to make your company look bad on a podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man. I don't know why. This podcast, this live thing right now, this is making me incredibly nervous. I don't know why. It's like I've done this hundreds of times. Now I know how, you ever watched the other podcast, was it H3H3? You familiar with them?
Oh, yeah. I never watched it.
But he does his podcast live, and that's kind of what gave me the idea to do this thing live. And man, I mean, because he talks about his self-conscious worries all the time on the podcast, where he says, my biggest fear is dead air. Do you ever get that? Do you ever feel man, this is dead air? I gotta say something. I gotta do something,
Yeah, you always gotta be thinking of the next question while the person's answering the current one. That's the tough point too, because if you're not paying attention, you might miss a good chance to. I listened back, someone's like, oh, I should ask more about that. But in my head, I was already thinking about the next question, so I wasn't even listening to what they were saying. So it's a bad thing to do, but that's the truth.
So James has his game on lock. All right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, Tokyo Sam says it right here. Nobody's watching, so don't worry.
All right. Yeah, right? Nobody is really watching. Only my mom.
Hey, Mom.
Wait, so wait a minute. Was your podcast initially created because you wished you could have had something like it was like when you first arrived in Japan? Was this something like, like, oh man, I wish somebody taught me this, or like, oh man, wish somebody taught.
That's one of the things people always say, I think. I mean, it would be cool if I had that, but also there's a lot to be gained from learning it yourself, right? Like, but also, I guess it's true though. If I had that, if I wish I had a podcast like mine when I just got to Japan, obviously, but also I think I wouldn't have learned as much as I did. You gotta, go through all the shit. When you first get to Japan, you know how it goes.
Right. I mean, because I look at your website, and I mean, like, this is really well. I mean, personally, I think it's really well put together.
Thanks, man.
Okay, you're gonna hate me for saying this, but do you know what it reminds me of?
Go ahead.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
Not.
But it reminds me of the Obamacare website.
Okay.
This came out?
I never checked that out, but I can agree with that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, because on the Obamacare website, they had like this woman on there who was like smiling. And so many people had trouble logging into the Obamacare website that people got so tired of like looking at this face that was on front of the Obamacare website, right?
Yeah.
And she became famous because of it. Well, I don't know if they got tired of looking at it, but she did become famous.
Well, worth it then, right?
Yeah, I mean, you seem so friendly and happy to meet me, James, in that website. I got to say,
I am. Here's behind the scenes stuff. So for
okay,
that picture we took, like, that was a photo shoot for all the kind of get picture of the website bullshit, and we were like, okay, we took like 1,000 pictures, and I hate pictures of myself, and I still hate that one too. But it's like that was the last one right before we left. That was the last picture we took, and that's the one that ended up working the best. But even though I still hate it, but that was the last picture we took of like 1,000.
Oh, did you have somebody professional take those pictures?
I have a friend that is good at that stuff. I did pay him, but it's not like professional. That's his only
okay.
income thing.
That's the way to go. I mean, not having to pay somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Money for nothing, chicks for free.
Exactly.
I don't know. Okay. So where does most of your traffic come from? I mean, where did you? I mean, this sounds like such a condescending question. How did you get there? What did you do that? How did you?
I think it's really almost split half and half now, right? So half from Japan, half from not in Japan. So it's like both people that are trying to get to Japan and people that are in Japan trying to do something else. That's really the biggest two things I try to hit on, right? How to get to Japan in the first place, and then how to get your next job out of teaching if that's what you're interested in doing, right? Because not everyone's interested in that, I know. So, but that's how I try to hit those fronts the hardest.
I don't think I could do the thing you do because I'd find that kind of stuff grating.
Like what?
I mean, you know how they say sometimes, like, how do I explain this? Like, movie producers often say that they want when they want a movie, they want something different, but they don't want something too different. They want like new wine in an old bottle, right? For me, it's like if I'm going to be making wine, it's like I'm going to have to really, really love that bottle. And for me, it's like the stuff that you do, I don't really think I'd like that bottle.
I can see what you're saying there. Yeah. For me though, I still remember, and I probably never forget, when I first got to Japan, it was really awesome. That first honeymoon period was I wanted to go to Japan for a long shit time. Finally got there. It was crazy. 3-4 months of like, wow, this is it. So when I do get to help people get to Japan in the first place, I really do like to hear, when I talk to them, I get that kind of feeling back a little bit, right? And that's my favorite part of the website for sure, with no question.
Okay.
So it's like getting that feeling back, right? Like, oh my God, I remember that exact feeling you're having.
So it's a little nostalgic for you.
Yeah.
Every episode and everything.
Yeah, let's it come back to you. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's interesting. I guess I never thought of it that way.
Keeping it alive, right? Because we've been paying 10 years too, and it's like that feeling is long gone. But if you can have it back in even a little small way, it's worth it. I think I like it.
Yeah, it's true. So what do you think makes good podcast? Like you say, oh, that's good podcast. I want that in my podcast, or I want that in my thing.
I mean, first is the topic. You got to care about the topic. Like, there's a lot of just general podcasts. I don't really like those as much unless I really like the person, which is really rare. Because I mean, if you're not talking about something I really care about, then I'm not really interested. Like, unless you're a really good interviewer, right? These guys with the hugest podcasts, right? They can talk to anyone they want. Like, what's his name? Joe Rogan and those guys. Yeah. They just talk to whoever because they're good interviewers. And that's cool. I mean, it's not my thing, but it's definitely, I can see why they can do it because they're just great interviewers. But if you're not a name like him, you got to niche down, right? And like get to talk about something really specific, like whatever, sumo in Japan or
Mhm.
whatever,
Where is it that you find people? Do you just like you just see somebody on Twitter like, hey, you want to be on my podcast?
There's a lot of few ways. I mean,
Like to nudge them a little bit.
you always find good people. Always you search the main sources of Reddit, Twitter,
Yeah.
Facebook. People that have good story, or someone. A lot of times it's people saying like, "Oh, did you hear about this on Reddit? This guy got a horrible placement in Jet, and there's like all these bugs in his house or whatever." And I said, "Okay, I want to interview that guy." So go to Reddit and say, "Hey, what's up, man? Can you want to be in the podcast?" And usually people say yes.
Really?
Other times it's from Jobs in Japan, the website I work with. They help get employers and stuff. They get that side of things a lot.
Okay.
That's really good, helpful to get like hiring managers and stuff, because those people are people that are tough to find normally, right? You can't just email, interact, and say, "Hey, can I talk to your hiring manager, please?" And then they just ignore you. But that connection is really huge.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, like, I'm guessing Job in Japan's like, hey, you like this? You like Japan? Well, you should check out the ALT Inside a Podcast guy. He's great.
Yeah, it's like so it's part of their service, right? Because people pay jobsinjapan.com to put their job listings on there.
Right.
Said, hey, in addition to putting your job on the website, you get a good employee. You can be on this podcast so people can hear about it. So it's like everyone
give
gets
and
something
take
out of
kind
the
of thing. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I was thinking, I like doing this live show. I'm pretty excited. I don't know if you can see it in my face. Maybe that's why I'm getting nervous, because it's making me so excited about doing a live show. It feels real. It finally feels like something. Yeah, I'm making content again. Hooray!
Yeah, so you used to. I mean, I remember long ago you used to make stuff regularly on YouTube, right?
Yeah. No, I'm starting to get back into it. I mean, I don't know. Like, I was thinking a lot about it today. I was thinking about like. It's particularly this thing I was just talking to you about, guests, right? It's like an approaching some guests and not approaching some guests. And it's sort of like, if I had a really big guest on my show, like, I don't know, PewDiePie, right? Yeah. Probably the first thing you'd think of is about numbers. You probably wouldn't think about his content or any of that stuff, right? Or like somebody smaller. So I'm like thinking, well, usually when somebody who has more numbers, they're probably going to be less approachable. Yeah. So supposedly the anime man, you know who that is?
Yeah.
He lives near me or somewhere near me, because I've seen him more than once, unless it's just a multiple coincidence.
And then you want to get him on the show?
I don't know. I'm worried it's going to be like one of these things where it's like, let me look at the numbers on this podcast. Nah, I'm good. I got better things to do.
Nah, you can't let that stop you though, because like a lot of people are going to say no matter what. So you got to say F it and just ask everyone. That's what I do.
No. I mean, yeah, there is that, but I mean, I don't know. It's the rejection.
You got to get over that for sure.
Right here, I mean, it's part of life. I know. And eventually I get used to this sort of thing, and I feel comfortable doing it with you, James.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's the best thing. But yeah, you got to get over that. Just once you get turned down 20 times, you're numb to it, right? So I got past that long ago, right? I've asked everybody like possible you can think of. The big names on the YouTube, I've asked all of them. And as you can see, some of them came on, some of them haven't. So the ones that didn't probably turned it down or didn't answer. That's the most common response from people that don't want to do it for sure, is not answering.
Okay. So, James, I got to say, tell me how you won the lottery.
With what?
I mean, I don't know. When I say lottery, I mean, like, how did you get a network on your side? I mean, just consistency? Can you tell us, or is it a secret?
Oh, you mean like website work with?
Yeah, I mean, like, did you just get enough traffic in like the first couple of episodes? You're like, hey, this guy's pretty good, and he talks to a lot of people.
No, I didn't get any kind of advertising for 3 years or something. So like, it's just building. Like, once you get to a certain level, then it's just
consistency.
Yeah, okay. And then let's see how it happened. I wrote for a website, a big website, and then like I was trying to get articles on different websites. Obviously to make the site bigger. The main, the big ones. When Englipedia was still huge, that was writing for that site. Gaijin Pot wrote for them too. Tofugu wrote for them. And through that, one of the guys working at those websites said, hey, what do you think about, we'll sponsor you for that. So that was pretty cool. That's how it happened.
Okay. So it's just really consistency and output and everything like that.
You got to send a lot of emails and talking to people. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. You got to put, I say work. It's not work to email people. You got to email people to say, hey, I want to write for your website. What do I have to do to make that happen? And they'll usually tell you, right? Like, well, okay, we can't have you now, but if you do this, you can do it. I mean, some websites are like, I don't care who you are, give us your topic. If you have a good topic, you can write for us. And I'm talking about the biggest sites. I mean, Tofugu, those, like that. They'll let everyone write for them if you have a good thing to write about. So all the people that want to have a podcast or anything, that's what you got to do. Get on the biggest sites, and they'll let you have it if you have a good idea. But you got to have a good idea. That's the thing.
So how does one Discord? I mean, like,
Oh,
like it
Discord.
looks like
Yeah.
you have quite a following. Because I mean, I just joined the Discord today. Yours, like, looks like you have like a huge following. You have like moderators and everything. I'm like, I have nothing, because I'm starting from the ground up.
Yeah, Discord is really cool. Like I forget when I started. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be anyone's gonna join it, but let me just try it. And now it's like a huge community of people that are working in Japan. I want to be working in Japan. It's like a good place to talk. Discord is awesome. I mean, it takes work. You got to have the right kind of place to be to get people to sign up. You can't just say like, here's my Discord, join it. You got to do other content. Say, hey, here's Discord to talk about this. That's what I think the key is too, to get people to sign up for the first place. Like,
yeah.
Like you can't just say, here's my Discord, go,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was really taken back by it because it seems like everybody on the internet is a shadow person. You feel that way?
No, I mean, what do you mean by shadow person?
Okay, I was watching Legion the other day. Do you know Legion TV show?
No, I do not.
It's a X-Men TV show. I mean, it's directed by what's the guy? The guy who did Fargo. Noah Hawley. Noah Hawley's behind it, and he made this episode recently about how he was talking about, Plato's Allegory of the Cave.
Should I say yes to keep the story going?
You can say no.
No, I don't.
Okay. Allegory of the Cave is the one that Plato, the philosopher, he said that, like, if people were in a cave and they saw shadows on the wall, if you never left that cave, they would probably consider the shadows to be real. So the weird thing about today is how it seems like people on the internet almost act like shadow people. And we don't really spend enough time in the real outside world to realize what the real world is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm with you there so far. I mean, okay, so but like, what does that matter to, stuff?
Well, I guess what that matters to is, like I was saying, is that it was nice to see like a community on your Discord, because it represented to me anyway that these aren't shadow people, the real people.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's good. I mean, because we're all in the same kind of mindset, and like people are really we're all talking about the same thing. Kind of, we all like Japan. Obviously, there's no like huge negativity shit going on. Like we really, kind of care about each other. It's cool. Like people in the chat right now, YouTube chat, are from the Discord. It's like we don't have meetups and stuff. It's like, it's really cool. It's really became something way bigger than I thought. It's not gonna be something stupid like, okay, I'll just say, here's my latest podcast, enjoy it, guys. But now that's 0% of what it's about now. It's like people just talking, asking questions and stuff. It's really cool.
Okay, I guess I asked this question. I was gonna say, my last question was gonna be, your website feels like I'm signing up for a service. Was that intentional? I guess
no, because there is no service. That's for sure.
There's no service. Come on.
No service. There's services. There is things to buy, but there's not services like, hey, here's $10 a month. Here's what you get. Nothing.
Wait,
like
you have
that.
like a merch store or something?
No merch. Lesson plans. That's what I sell.
Oh, I see. Lesson plans for like games and stuff, for like classrooms.
And for elementary school, every elementary school in Japan uses the same books, right? So I have lesson plans for those books. That's the only thing that's kind of universal around the whole Japan. So that's what I've prepared.
Whether you use like New Horizon or something?
That's for junior high school.
Okay. Well, you mostly teach elementary, or?
Well, I don't teach anymore. When I was back in the day, though,
Oh, okay.
I definitely was everything. Elementary school, junior high school. High school, I did just a little bit, but.
Yeah, no. Well, what was your thing? Did you ever think like I'm the board game guy, or I'm the, I don't know, the one who draws pictures guy? Did you have a shtick, or not really?
I used to have like stupid like you ever seen I know you Eric Surf 6?
Yes.
You know the pencil trick?
Yes.
That's the best. It's the stupidest thing, but kids will go crazy for that, and they'll spend the whole semester trying to figure it out. And I was like, I'll tell you at the end of the last day of this course, I'm going to tell you how to do this pencil trick. But try until then. If you get it, I'll give you something. And no one can figure it out to the last day when I showed it to them. It's awesome. Eric Surf 6 is what's not to get off the tangent here. Eric Surf 6, what is his like job? Is it just like, I never knew that. What he does.
I don't know. Am I supposed to not say this? I'll just say it anyway. I don't give a shit. It's out. Cat's out of the bag. No, he's a university teacher.
Oh, okay. So you never see that side, right? So it's like he's doing fun stuff. It's like, what is he doing? Just like chilling, but.
Well, I mean, university teacher, that's a great job. I mean, you get summers off, and that's what you want.
Yeah,
really.
Some say that's the peak of teaching in Japan. If you want to, that's what you want to do. That's where you want to get to.
Huh. Good to know.
I mean, because what's higher, right? I mean, unless you get like, what's it called? What's the thing where you can't get fired?
Super Saiyan level? I'm not sure.
Super Saiyan level teacher, yeah.
You work at Sony or something, and you control the world.
Exactly.
I don't know. Speaking of which, you know that guy, the guy who's the CEO of Sony. You ever seen a picture of him?
No, but
Let me
Eric
see
Surf 6 in the house.
Wow, speak of the devil. Hey, Eric Surf 6.
Your pencil trick has made thousands upon thousands of people laugh, my friend, and it's all thanks to you. I've made people laugh through you, so thanks.
No, okay. What I was talking about, the CEO of Sony. What's his name? Akio. I think he's dead. There's one picture of him where he just looks absolutely evil. But that's the goal I set for myself. I want to be like that.
Yeah, you talked about getting guests, by the way. Now I have enough spark to ask Eric Surf 6 after this interview. Hey, you want to be on my show? So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
If you have time, Eric Surf 6. You should ask him too, Radrey. It's a huge.
He was supposed to be on the show like last week, but then he had to cancel for reasons I won't get into. Eric knows why. you can talk to him about. I don't know. I should have just did the live stream by myself, and chatted with my boys, the people who watch this lovely show of mine.
Yeah, that's something to say too. For that, if you don't have an interview, if you don't want someone to interview, you can just do a show yourself too. It helps you keeps your reps going. You do a show once a week, you kind of lose it. And if you listen to my first shows, it's horrible, right? So the more you do it, the better you get too. It's incredibly horrible.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you hear people who do their first episode or their first show, and it's like absolutely stellar.
Well, those people are annoying. Just ignore them.
Those people are annoying? Is that what you said?
Just kidding. Yeah.
Okay. 10 years ago, there was a guy named Betamax DC.
Yep, I remember him.
You remember him?
Yep.
And the first video he made, he was just a complete natural. It kind of depressed me in a way. It's like, how could somebody be that good in their first video? Preparation meets timing, I guess.
Yeah, but
they call that luck.
Exactly. But you can't let it affect how you do. Even if you suck in the beginning, you got to just be like, all right, well, I suck in the beginning, but you got to keep going at it. That's why it's so hard to start anything.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if I can reveal this, but I can't reveal anything. I could tell the whole world that I'm a homosexual, and probably people would believe it. Would you believe it if I told you I was a homosexual?
I would have to have some proof. Pics or something.
Okay. All right. No, what I was going to say is, in the States, you're originally from Baltimore, right?
Right around there, yeah. About half an hour outside.
Oh, right around there. Do you miss it at all?
Yeah, that's something I miss. I mean, mostly food related, but yeah, I still miss it. Food and people related. That's it.
What kind of food do they have in Baltimore?
You ever heard of a magical restaurant known as Red Lobster?
Oh, really? That's Baltimore food?
No, that's around everywhere. But yeah, that's probably, if I had to choose one restaurant I miss the most, it's that without question.
So, did that originate in Baltimore though?
No, it's nothing to do with Baltimore.
Okay.
It's America in general.
Okay. Well, you said I can reveal your location, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Go ahead. Yes.
All right. Well, then you're unfortunately not in Fukuoka, but in Roppongi. Is it Roppongi? No, Ikspari, whatever the fuck it's called, the Disneyland place.
Okay.
They're opening a Red Lobster there. So if you're ever in
Tokyo,
Disneyland, you can have some Red Lobster.
Awesome. I wonder if it's the same, or do the Taco Bell and just make everything triple the price and way less.
Did you eat Taco Bell?
No, just saw the menu. I was like, that's not that'll satisfy me. I mean, I need the 10-cent tacos that I can get 20 of.
Yeah, there's something weird about Taco Bell. I mean, it doesn't taste like Taco Bell, which I'm happy about, but
there's no doubt the quality is way better. I mean, let's just.
You think so? Okay.
I think so. I think
you've never been there, so.
I think they use actual. I've seen the pictures. They use actual organic materials. I think that's the thing, but they charge 3 times as much, which they should. But I think it's good. I think it's better, but
just because it's Japanese, right?
Probably. You know how it goes.
Unbiased opinion.
You know how it goes. Fast food is not just people that are pissed off with their job.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to America and you look at the fast food people and they just look all gross and you're like, ew.
Yeah.
And here, it's I trust people. It's clean. It's fresh. It's timely.
People happy to be there. It's a good job.
I don't know about that.
Some people are there. Most people at least have the appearance that they are happy to be there, right? They meet you with a smile. There's no doubt about that.
Right, that's true. I don't know. Well, I mean, it kind of reminds me of how you go to a Chinese restaurant maybe you can't relate to this, but if you go to a Chinese restaurant in America, it's like Chinese food in America tastes nothing like Chinese food does in China.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
that's how I kind of feel about Taco Bell in Japan. It's like this isn't really quite Taco Bell, but okay.
Yeah. That's for sure. But I mean, it's still. I think it's just, unlike the American equivalent of Chinese food, which is like American Chinese food, which is
Yeah.
kind of lower quality, but still awesome, by the way. But it's lower quality than real Chinese food. I think this is the other say. Taco Bell in Japan is probably higher quality than the American Taco Bell. You know what I mean? Chicken
So
Arlo
in
in
the
Japan.
chat, we got Chicken Narla, Chicken Narlia. Do
Another
you know
member.
this? Do you know this guy, James?
she's a nice lady.
I'm sorry. This
She's
gal.
She's coming to Japan as well shortly.
Oh, well, I hope
she's
you have
already
a
in-
safe trip to Japan.
She's on the jet program as well. But yeah, so British food. Give us something to enjoy, Chicken Arla. Give us something to talk about there. Fish and chips. What else is there, right?
Spotted dick.
Whoa.
Hey, that's a thing, isn't it? I don't know. That's the only thing else I can think of for this British food. There's scones.
Scones are good. Quality.
Crumpets.
Crumpets. Tea and crumpets. I love that.
Yeah. Welcome to Why Come Japan, kids. We talk about food.
Tea and crumpets. That's good, yeah. Stargazing pie. I love these suggestions going on.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the interesting thing, because like my girlfriend's Chinese, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I recently went to China last year, and it's just like they can have the greatest conversation within hours and hours upon hours just talking about food, and that's all they ever talk about.
Well, I feel like Japan has some of that in there too, right?
Yeah, but not like they do. Because like I don't know. It's just like, I mean, they do talk about food in Japan, but it's kind of like surface level. There, they go into like real detail, and I'm like, it's like, well, I guess you can't talk about your government, so I guess you talk about this.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
One thing that Japan kind of changed about me is like when I was living in the US, I hated spicy food. I absolutely loathed it. You know, but when I came here to Japan, I started eating spicy food just because everything was so bland here. Or I thought everything tasted so bland. Do you think it's bland? What do you think?
Well, you get used to it, right? Like
Hot take.
When I first started, when I first got here, I guess a long time ago, I was like, well, you know, I wasn't a big sushi dude, so like that kind of stuff. I was like not a big like you know, let's try new stuff food. So like I never tried anything. So a lot of stuff was new when I tried here, sushi, sashimi, all that stuff. But then you get used to it, right? You get used to less salt and stuff. And I put on salt in my food. My wife's like, "Oh my god, how much salt are you putting on there?" Like, that's a normal amount.
Wait, what? You think there's more salt in American food than there is Japanese food?
I think so. I mean, at least
okay.
What I put on my food, the amount of that's normal is not normal in Japan. It seemed multiple occasions, like, whoa, that's a lot. Well, it's normal. Yeah. I think it's normal, but
so in Fukuoka, that's like a place that's known for kappa, right?
Yeah, that's where they're from. Well, I don't know if it's from, but yeah, that's where they're famous.
I'm doing a video essay on kappas. Is there anything you can tell me?
I've never seen one. I've seen a lot of statues of them. I don't believe they're true.
People have seen them.
I don't believe they're true.
Wait. Do you actually believe in that kind of stuff? I mean, like, I'm not making fun of you. It's okay to believe.
I don't believe in any of that. I don't
believe in God. I mean, oh.
I don't believe in any apparitions of any kind.
Okay.
Or anything like that. I don't think it's real, but it's cool that there's these stories of the yokai and stuff like that. Those stories are always interesting, though.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the part of what I find interesting about the whole yokai experience is that you learn these certain things, like why did that become a thing, you know, and the whole etymology about why yokai became what they are is quite fascinating to me.
Yeah, it's funny to think about, like a long time ago when everyone doesn't know anything. You hear this sound in the woods. You got to explain it somehow, right? So, that was the mountain woman that's gonna kill us all, or whatever. You know, I can see how that could happen. You know,
Yuki Onna, what was her name?
yeah, the one, the snow one, Yuki Onna. Yeah, snow in the mountain. She's waiting for you. Yeah.
So wait a minute. I was because as an interviewer, you're supposed to like do your research and stuff. I swear that you had a section on your website that was dedicated to video games. Is this true?
I would actually have a second podcast about video games.
Damn it! How did I not find that?
There you go. It's not about Japan, though. Yeah, but
my sleuthing skills are failed.
yeah. But yeah, it's a different thing I do. I started that. I don't know.
Was that like every week as well?
Yeah, every week as well. 2 podcasts rolling, rock and roll.
All right. Well, what kind of video games do you play? I think we had this conversation after we did the podcast with me on your channel.
Yeah, these days, I mean, I'm limited in time for sure.
Yeah,
2 podcasts, 2 kids. So I play like games that are quick. So Fortnite's awesome these days because you play a game in 10, 20 minutes. If you die quickly, I'll play one more. I also like.
So you're up to speed. You're not like an old school gamer.
No, I really am though. Really, my favorite games are old school games for sure. I have old systems. I have Super Famicom, but those take time, right? You can't like I want to play Legend of Zelda for 3 hours now. Like I can't. I don't have much time to do that. But you know, the newer games kind of offer that kind of I can play games for half an hour here. Let me play this. You know.
Right. Well, then okay. Then what's if you had to like make a list? What's your quintessential video games that changed your life?
So Link to the Past for sure. That's the the stock answer, but that's for sure for me. That was my wedding song actually. I walked into the wedding with that ending song. Yes, that's
really.
True. So yeah, for that one, Super Nintendo was the biggest. It hit me at the right time, right? Where you can get fully immersed in games. Summers, like oh my god, you get the whole summer to do whatever the hell you want, and what you do is spend your whole summer playing a game, right? So, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, those are probably my top 2 on that side. RPG side, Final Fantasy 4 was probably the biggest like RPG one. I was like, oh, this is from Japan. This is crazy. Even though all the games I played were from Japan, I just didn't know it. But yeah, yeah, those are probably my big 3
RPG games. Link. Okay, I was more of a Sega guy.
Oh, you're that guy.
Yeah, I think I'm a little younger than you, or maybe.
Let's see how old are you? I'll go first with the first number 3.
3. You're right.
Next,
let's have a 3 in it.
Yeah. I'm 34. So
34. Okay, so you're just 4 years older than me.
There you go.
All right. Okay, so you're around that. Wait, does that classify you as a millennial? I gotta do my math.
I don't fucking know. I don't care. I refuse to be tied to names.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Because I'm always reading these things. This is what millennials are doing today. You know?
Yeah, so annoying. Yeah. All right, Hannah.
I'm not annoyed by it.
Hannah has a question for you. Noble.
Oh yeah, what's up? Sorry.
Tales of Tono. Have you read them? Yes or no?
I have not read Tales of Tono. Is it good? Would you recommend it?
Link it up if you can.
Noble. All right, I'll do some Google foo here. Tales of Tono. It's a yokai thing. Let's see. Daido Moriyama. I'll give it a look. I'll give it a check out. I wonder if Hannah has anything to say about it. I've never even heard of this book. Do you know anything about this, James?
Nope.
Okay.
But I trust her recommendation. Pick it up now.
Is there anything you can tell me about Hannah?
She's also coming to Japan shortly.
Okay.
She's going to be a new jet. Going to where's she going to be? I shouldn't say it. She might not want to share it.
Oh no, that's fine.
Yeah, she's going to Japan shortly. Somewhere in the country of Japan, she'll be.
Right, because I was on the Discord and I noticed that like the moderator there, he assigns everybody roles. And it's really well organized. I was really surprised by that.
That shout outs to them. They put that together. I was like stupid, like, hey, just invite people here. But then this one, the moderator guy, Stivern here, he set it up pretty cool. So yeah.
Well, what's his name?
Well, his name on here is Stivern. I think I would say Stivern, but I think it's Stivern, right?
Okay, well, great job. I mean, that really like put some perspective, and it made me really feel welcome. Like that's why I was talking about the whole thing about how I felt like I was in a community where I felt like there was real people, opposed to just like going on the internet and it being me versus them. You know?
Yeah, that's what's awesome.
Fighting shadow people.
I take zero credit for that, by the way, too. I happen to be the one that started it, but that's it. The other people take care of like making it awesome and putting the categories and stuff and just being welcoming. It's awesome. There's no bullshit, stuff you can find on, Japan sucks. Of course, we talk about bad stuff, but it's not like that's not all we do. If there's something bad, you ask a question. What can I do to fix this? That's it. If you go on like Reddit about Japan, it's just a wasteland.
Wait, what? You think it's a wasteland? You're just probably talking about Japan circle jerk, I think.
Oh yeah, that's sometimes funny. I'll give you credit.
Is it? I don't know. I never check it out. It's just
sometimes
it
funny.
Like people lurk there.
Yeah, it's just the stupidest stuff. I mean, you got to take it for what it's worth. It's just craziness.
I don't know, because I go on that website. I'm like, man, what is the world? You
can't get attached. Don't get attached. Just enjoy the stuff.
I don't know. It's hard not to get attached.
The sludge that's there.
Just like I feel like coming home and crying and saying I hate the world.
If there's anything you like about Japan, and you go and they'll find a way to knock it down and say, oh, it's dumb, but don't let it. Keep your youthful exuberance.
So you have so going back to this Discord thing, you have lots of people on the Discord who are hopefuls. Is that true?
Yeah, there's all three categories, right? Hopefuls, people that are still on the wait list. We call them salternates. People that if people turn it down, then they'll get picked up, and then we have people on the jet program, past jets, people, and also people that aren't working at Jet at all, just people working in Japan some other way.
Right, and I got classified as a lone wolf.
Yep, you
Someone
are
who lives in Japan and does his thing.
The Stiverin in the house. I just gave you a shout out long ago, so.
Hey, yeah, we did. You're awesome. Keep up the good work. I think how you segregated, that's the wrong word. How you placed everybody into their roles really made me feel welcome.
I look like Robin Williams. I have heard that before from multiple students when I was a teacher. So yeah, I think it's the nose, just a huge nose.
Robin Williams. Well, that's a compliment.
I mean, he's not really. I don't think I'm good looking, but he's definitely not good looking either. So it's kind of depressing to say, "Oh, I'm not good looking." Am I? I know I'm not. Though,
he's funny at least. I mean,
yeah, being funny. That's what you got to do.
Maybe he secretly is.
Yeah, Robin Williams. The only people that get have. I was gonna say. I'm gonna back out of this one. I'm gonna say a joke that'll be on the internet forever.
Okay.
The only people that get laid less than ugly guys or ugly not funny guys. So you got to be funny, right?
That's true. Because I used to get the one I get, and I still get this. I get Jack Black all the time.
yeah. I've gotten like Tom Cruise before. It's like you got to take it with a grain of salt.
But that's like, I get Jack Black not only just in Japan, but in America too.
Oh, really?
Like I was walking down the street from the library, and they saw these people laughing, and they're like, "That guy looks like Jack Black." They went up to me. Did you know you look like Jack Black? I'm like, okay. I'm sure I made their day.
That's cool. Yeah. Have you ever got anyone kind of interesting, like amazingly far away from your students? That's always fun.
Wait, what?
When you work in Japan, you worked in Japan in many different ways, many different teaching ways, right?
Many different ways.
Yeah. Any student ever said you look like, someone that's
like Leonardo DiCaprio or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true once.
Like, sometimes you got to call him out. You're like, seriously, I don't look like him at all. So just don't say that. It's like, you look like Orlando Bloom. It's like, all right, come on.
Huh. You know what's really weird is one time I had this Pictionary. Like I had the Pictionary game, like with with one of my lessons, right?
Mm.
And I put like a bunch of ideas in a hat. Like I ripped up all the papers, and I had like the kids pick out a word where they had to draw it, and they had to say what it was what the picture was, right? And so I put myself in there just to see what it is, if they could communicate with other people, like what it is I look like. And they drew this picture, and it's just like I don't know how to describe it, but Alfred Hitchcock, right? His silhouette. That famous silhouette of his. It kind of looked like that, but like a little more attractive looking.
Okay.
And I was like, everybody knew what it was. They knew immediately that it was me, which was the craziest thing. And I'm like, how did they know that was me? And I still can't figure it out.
Your students know more about you than you think, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. No. I mean, it's just like, what is it that what are gaijin features that are like, that say, this is him,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like, that's kind of a little bit of tangent, but in like the joke, like every Asian looks the same.
Right.
And I would say, like, if you go live in an Asian country, you won't think that anymore, And I definitely don't anymore,
I guess so.
You don't think so? I think like you see everyone has different features, and you see that when you don't see them as this group of Asian people that all look the same. You know what I mean?
That's true. I guess. If you're ignorant, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, because even my grandfather said something like that. You remember, like when the Olympics was in China?
Okay. Yeah.
He was telling me once. He's like, how do all the Chinese Olympians tell each other apart?
Yeah, like that kind of thing.
They all look the same. How do they figure that out?
Yeah. It's like, but my dad still thinks my dad still doesn't know if I'm in China or Japan, or he knows I'm in Asia.
Wait, what? Your dad doesn't know that you're still. He
knows I'm somewhere in Asia. He can't differentiate. It's like not in his head.
Oh, in his head. Okay.
He knows I really am.
He still didn't know. Okay, but he can't differentiate. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I see. Well, same thing, right?
How about you though? Because your girlfriend's Chinese, so that's kind of interesting. Different than the normal get a Japanese girlfriend when you're in Japan. So was that kind of? Is there any differences? I'm sure have you had a Japanese girlfriend as well to compare?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what can I say about it? It's different. I mean, like, what would you want to know?
Well, it's kind of. I guess it's kind of you're in the same kind of in it together, kind of, because you're both working in a different country, right? That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, my eye was on the chat there. Um, like you said, the Slytherin, not Slytherin, Stivern, that's his name?
Stivern in the house.
Okay, he says, are you absurdly flexible as Jack Black? Jack
Good
Black's
question.
flexible?
Quality question.
Wait. What movie is he flexible in?
School of Rock takes some very extensive movements there.
I guess. I don't
I'm just
know.
kidding. I have no idea.
Stivern, what movie are you thinking of where he's really flexible? I can't think of anything. Maybe like Nacho Libre, but still.
That movie, I don't think that movie was that good. I don't remember it though, but I definitely saw
I
it.
like Nacho Libre. I mean, I like that director despite him being a Mormon, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not Mormon shaming here because I actually used to be a Mormon, so
There you go. What made you make the switch?
I don't know. Politics, surprisingly. I don't know. Having some little woman come up to you telling you that she wants to bomb the hell out of certain countries kind of, rubs you the wrong way. You're
I can
like,
say that.
it's like this lady's scaring me, man. And like the bishop of the church, like the leader of the church, that's what they call him. He was sort of like, you're not supposed to be talking about politics, even I know I agree with it. Or like, like, why did you say that last part? Anyway, yeah, no, I think it was my mom just started to get really angry about the whole political agenda that they had at the church. Because I think at that time or something, they had George Bush. He was giving medals out to everybody for like, I don't know, just to get more followers or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why the Mormons were on his side, so to say.
Okay. Medals.
Anyway, let me catch up on this chat. Says, dude, my cousin looks exactly like Orlando Bloom. It's scary. Oh, geez. Chat changed. Do you have the voice of an angel like Jack Black? Sure, why not? Tenacious D. Public request, sing tribute. No, I don't even know the song. I'm not a Jack Black fan. I'm not the Tenacious D fan, unfortunately. Are you a Tenacious D fan, James?
There's some fun, funny stuff for sure. I'm not a big fan. I never bought any CDs or anything, but there's some good songs.
Okay.
I recommend listening to the Roadie. Is a great song. Kind of a newer school Tenacious D song. It's good.
Huh. Hannah Epstein says, I have a list of white male celebrities that look exactly the same that I show to people when they say all Asians look the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like, anyone.
What? That's true. There are some male celebrities that do look the same.
Yeah, especially if you're talking about celebrities, like, they're put in a box, right?
Well, sometimes, like, in Japan, they have, like, these bands where they want them to all look the same, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too.
Like Cartoon or Exile.
Well, that's just like, the boy bands in America. Everyone has a kind of category. Here's the tall.
I guess that's
funny,
true. Yeah, that's true.
Here's the sporty one. Here's the,
Here's one of the big nose.
Here's the, especially in idol groups have the same thing, except they have like different hobby girls. Like, here's the girl that likes games. Here's the girls that like games,
that's
that kind
true.
of stuff.
It's like Playboy magazine or something.
Getting deep in the chat here. Whoopi Goldberg, Mormonism, tacos. Chat's going on.
Yeah, right. Went all the way from Rad hates tacos. No, I don't hate tacos. I like tacos, just not tacos from Taco Bell.
Sister Act was a quality movie.
Sister Act. I never saw it. They love that movie here in Japan.
Tokyo Sam asked me a question. Why do you think Rad runs away from what he really wants? I.e., being famous and getting attention.
I don't know. What do you think, James? That's a question for you.
I don't think it's not running away. Just you're not ready to commit to the effort yet, right?
That's true. You can't commit, quit, right?
If you can't commit, quit.
Yeah.
That. If you're not ready to say you do it on a real once a week kind of thing, it's wait till you are.
Huh? Why do I run away from happiness? Because happiness punched me in the face once.
Getting deep in here.
I know, right? Man, hot takes. Okay, well, I'm out of questions. Anything else you want to say?
Anything else I want to say?
Any other questions from the chat?
Yeah, let the chat get the last question in here.
Chat get the last questions before we go. James, why don't you guys keep live streaming for like this for the next 7 hours? So I think James has to sleep.
At some point, yeah.
And James has a cat, so he has to take care of his cat.
Yeah, kids crying and stuff as well. We'll be
wait. What? Like kids cry all the time? Oh, that's true. There's a couple of podcasts where you're like, oh no, there's a kid crying in the background. Just
yeah, it happens.
So wait, your podcast. That reminds me of another question. And your podcast, you always begin it with like, well, I mean, you've changed it now, where you always say your name. It's like, coming straight from you from Japan is James, right?
Yeah.
And then you say James twice. I'm like,
yeah, that's the whole thing. The reason I had to say that is because I first started. Here's a quick. I'll say fast as possible. When I first started the website, I was still working as ALT, right? And I couldn't make money outside of being an ALT, right? So I changed my name to be something else for the beginning of the podcast. But then when I said fuck it, I don't care anymore, I had to cut that part. I actually paid for that guy to get a voice. I don't want to pay him again, so I just cut my voice saying that again. I just cut my voice in there saying that part, and editing nightmare. But yeah, that's it. So now I said James, and I say James twice now.
Is this another guy you just know? Another guy who just like took your picture and like, hey,
what you doing? No, that's guy. It's a guy I found online. Fiverr.com is a great place to
find people to do stuff. Okay. Well, he's got a very present. I mean, I don't know, because I feel like I shouldn't do one of those voices because I feel like it's overcompensating. Like, no, bring that cool voice guy back.
yeah. His incredible
that way.
Yeah, like, oh man, I do not stack up to that. Tokyo Sam has a great question though. I'll let you answer first. I'll answer first, then you answer as the big closer, I think.
Okay.
Where do you want to be in YouTube media wise in 1 year? So I don't care about I don't care about YouTube that much, but media wise, I want to get to. I'll tell you my real goal right now. I want to get to 10,000 listens a month. And being honest, right now, I'm about 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 range. I want to get to 10,000. That's my goal right now in May. What is it? May 24th in 2018. Okay. What about you?
I don't know. Make more videos. And
more videos.
Biggest thing is I want to get on a time schedule to where I know where I'm comfortable. Like, I can do this. I can get this done at a certain time, and I can get this up at a certain time. And I just want to be like where I get everything down to a science. That's basically it. That's what I'm trying to shoot for.
Have a goal like of a number, right? So you want to put out, I want to put out 20 videos, something like that would be better, right?
I guess that's true. Because I was going to try to set out, like, I want to do at least 12 video essays a year because they at least take me 1 month to make one. But now I'm finding that it's like, no, I got to do this weekend. I can't do that, that sort of thing. And I mean, sometimes I put it off, or sometimes I make excuses. But I want to do better. I want to make the stuff. That's the overall goal. Get all these YouTube stuff down to a science. Make stuff, that I've just been, eager to make,
Good question. Good question from Hannah, from Hannah Noble there. What is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? I'll let you handle that one.
What is the answer to life? I don't know. I feel like saying something really crude and awful. I don't know. Get laid. I don't know.
There you go.
Find your soulmate. Do that thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. I don't know.
I like that one. That's one to stick with. Where would you have your ashes spread in Japan? I would probably say the first city I came to in Japan for sure, somewhere around there. If I had to get a spread in Japan.
Oh, I see. I'd probably want my ashes put into a burrito and force my son to eat it.
Japan, Taco Bell for sure.
Japan Taco Bell. No, I said my son, but okay. Yeah. I know that's kind of morbid. Yeah, I don't know what. All right.
42 is the correct answer in that movie, right?
The Stivern says, "Where would you have your at?" Oh no, you said that. You said that. Fuck. There's one more thing I want to ask you before we. I think you got stuff to do, right, James?
Well, I mean, yeah, we should finish not too long from now, but yeah, I'm down if anyone has any questions.
Wait. Hannah says it's 42. What's your reasoning for 42?
It's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, that's
answers
right.
That question. That's 42. Right. Thanks for all the fish while you're at it.
That's right. It's a number that's chosen at random, right?
Yeah,
it's absurdism, right?
I forget that movie, to be honest. Because
it sounds like something you just say. The answer to life is 5.
Yeah.
Like something really absurd. To me, like, or at least that's the impression I get when I hear like the answer to life, especially when it comes from Douglas Adams. It's sort of like the answer to life is 37. That sort of thing. James is not cultured. Man. Hot takes on James.
No, she's from Discord too, so we have to make fun of each other level.
Oh, I see.
Tokyo Sam has a good point though. Like, if you, let's not to harp on this too long, but the more you make stuff, right, the more you can learn what sucks and what doesn't, right? So, but if you don't, make enough, you can't ever get to that point, right? It's like you make 10 videos. Oh, this kind of sucks. I'll try something else. if you do it every week, you're way faster than if you make a video every 3 months or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you something. Was the TKO Sam interview, was that a big hit with your audience?
I can tell you. Hold on. Wow.
No, I didn't want to ask for numbers. I mean, like,
no, I say if it's like comparatively. I'm not sure actually. Let me see. No, I don't really check about like individual.
Well, I can tell it had an impression on you because you mentioned it more than one podcast.
Well, yeah, because the guy I interviewed the week after that was one he suggested. And that was really awesome. The guy that does all Japanese all the time guy.
Oh, that's right. That's true. I listened to that one.
That was Tokyo Sam's suggestion. It was really good. That guy really has the burning desire to do Japanese, like I used to have, but sadly it left me. Have the numbers here. I finally have get it.
Okay, all right.
It's a comparable to all the other episodes, to be honest.
It's comparable.
Not incredibly up or not incredibly down. There you
go. Okay.
On par, I'll say.
I see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I was just curious.
I think we're in the matrix of the world. I can say I work from home now too, and I can say that working from home is not good for your Japanese at all. My Japanese has went down the drain.
Oh yeah, no, because you're so sheltered.
And even though I'm doing translation, right? I'm doing Japanese all the time. It's in this kind of this world. So all the other world of like even like normal conversations go straight down. It's not good. I gotta work on that. That's one thing I gotta work on. Is getting more time to go out of this cave here.
Yeah, well, it's fun staying in your man cave.
yeah, but also like when you're working from home, you feel like if you're not working, like I could be upstairs working, right? But you can't do that. You got to spend time with the fam. It's not easy. I thought it'd be easy, but it's not easy.
Right, that's true. I think that's a good place to end it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining the chat. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I probably will do this again next week, hopefully with Eric Surf 6. Not sure where he went. He stopped commenting. I guess we scared him away.
We bored him, so he ran away.
But he's always doing stuff. Well, it was kind of funny. It was like I was talking to him. He goes, "Nah, I'm lazy. I'm just lazy." I'm like, "You're not lazy. You surf and you do videos and you whatever."
Yeah, he always is doing something. It looks like, He's like, "Oh, today I went skydiving. Oh, today I went surfing." It's like, yeah, he always doing something.
I don't think I could keep up with him. I don't know. That's the impression I got when I was hanging out with him last weekend. Anyway, I'm going to be in one of his Eric mealtime videos.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hype train starts there.
All right.
But let me say too, thanks for people that came for coming out for sure. Live, it was awesome. Thanks for coming to all the people from Discord and everyone else.
Yeah. All right. So the very last question I'm going to ask is anything you want to say before we go, before I end the broadcast, before I hit the stop button?
Afraid not.
Afraid not. All right. There's one thing I will say is if you're ever eating food and it's really bland tasting, just take a big bite out of your tongue to give it an extra salty flavor.